was leaving the house today and just watching the trampoline look like it was going to turn into an inner tube. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like 'cause once it happens the first time, you just sit back there and hope it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be all right.
Yeah. The dogs were outside.
You did bring them back in.
Yeah, they jumped in the car. It wasn't like I had a choice. So I let them back in because, sometimes people have choices in things. Sometimes they don't have choices.
That's right.
Which kind of leads us to our story today about what we've been working on for a while here on the show. The choice of how you're raised and who brings you up and who your birth parents are. Usually a mother and a father have a child and they bring it into the world and they go out and they shop for cribs and stuff like that and decide the room's going to be pink or if it's going to be blue, or, and have a shower. And, hopefully you can raise a healthy, strong child.
Yep.
August 4th, 1987, there was a baby in New York City that was kidnapped from a New York hospital. A $10,000 reward was offered for the safe return by the parents Joy White and Carl Tyson. It is a story that has made worldwide news as Carlina White was that baby who is now an adult, for years raised by Ann Petway, a woman who claimed to be her mother. But when Petway could not produce a birth certificate or answer any questions about her birth, Carlina said she knew something was not right. Deciding to take matters into her own hands, she began looking at websites for missing children, including the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and searching for her birth year, spotted a photo of a baby along with a composite of how the child would look at 19 and realized that that baby closely resembled her. And at the age of 23, Carlina White, who was reunited with her biological parents in New York. And now that woman, Ann Petway, is now under arrest for her kidnapping. If she's convicted, she could receive 20 years in prison. Carlina White, the story made national news. It was, I guess, for us as an audience, once we found out that Carlina White was African American, we just could not believe it. The fact being that, man, don't nobody kidnap no black baby.
Right.
We'll drop them off. We ain't gonna, it was almost the story of a movie that people could not believe. In the studio with us right now is that kidnapped baby who is now an adult and a mother herself. Carlina White joins us right here on the Ryan Cameron Show, featuring Rashan Ali. How are you doing, Carlina?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm glad to have you in the studio today.
I'm glad to be here as well.
When you listen to us recount your whole steps in finding your true identity and your parents, what type of emotions do you have listening to it even today?
Well, I have great emotions as of, reuniting with my parents, but as well as, the other family that I was raised by, feels somewhat like you're in between, like you're in between two families, like you're fighting for who you should go with sometimes. But everything is coming along, and practically, I could literally say that it's going to take a little bit of time,
right?
To basically get well connected, as far as with my mom and my dad. But everything's coming along.
When did you started to have suspicions that Miss Petway wasn't your mother?
I could say when I turned about 16. I was 16 and I became pregnant. I needed paperwork in order to get prenatal care. And at that time, I didn't have any, health insurance or anything like that. So I asked her, and basically it was like a runaround situation. So From there, that's when everything started.
When you say runaround situation, like, give us an idea of
Like,
what you would say and then what she would say back to you.
Like, if I ask for, I need this to fill out this, she'd be like, okay, I fill it out. Like, just procrastination.
Just kind of putting you off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so was it at that point at 16 that you started to research?
No, not actually. I started about after I had my daughter, so 17.
17.
That's when I really started deeply looking into it because I had a child that was only my blood, so it just made me feel kind of awkward just knowing that this is my only real blood.
Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. And at that point, when was the revelation what was the revelation that you got that you realized she is not my mom? And what was that feeling like?
I mean, my heart stopped when I found out, but I couldn't really, I felt kind of out of place the first couple of months. Like 2 months or whatever, but I still have a connection with the family. So with her doing what she done or saying what she have told me, it didn't really affect as much because I guess I was brought up well. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't I didn't get mistreated. So practically it's like it wasn't really that hard it was hard to deal with, but it took time for it to go away.
So you had a good upbringing because some of the information that we got was that there could have been some abuse and this, that, and the other, but relatively your childhood was good.
Yeah, I had a childhood.
You had a good one.
A good childhood.
Really?
So where did that come from, do you think, that people were saying that you had been mistreated by Miss Petway?
I guess. I'm not sure where it came from. I'm really not sure where it came from because I haven't done any interviews. So
that never happened. Those things, she didn't mistreat you.
No.
Well, it's good that that's cleared up. Yeah. But I guess for a lot of people that are listening right now, and we have Carlina White, who of course was kidnapped from a New York hospital in 1987 on the Ryan Cameron Show right now. How much of this is anger for you, knowing that you had been raised a lie?
Well, see, I don't look at it as being anger. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't look at it as being anger. It's basically, I guess it's just the different stories because the whole situation is still, coming along.
Right.
So I'm not really upset about it, not that much, because I found my parents now. So that was my main goal, is to find out, who my parents was, what was my background, what was my history. But the situations, I don't have no anger against it. I just want to know, what was the whole story.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know, it's like too many sides and.
So you're hearing different stories now as to why it all took place?
Like, as far as what people put out, there's so many stories
that you hear in the media.
Yeah, that's what makes me angry.
Mm-hmm. So have you had any conversation at all with Miss Petway?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Like, there's somewhere, I guess, the story came out that she had lost a child.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what led her to the hospital, and the whole concoction of the nurse's uniform and all that. And I guess anyone who's ever gone through that, and now that you're a mother yourself, that it's a huge deal to I guess lose a child, but no one has ever seemed to do it to that extreme.
Yeah.
So, do you feel any empathy at all for her, or how do you feel?
I really can't say anything because I don't know what made her do.
You can't put yourself in that situation.
Because I can't even think about going. Like, even when I had my child, they asked to put her in the nursery. I'm like, she could be right here with me. Like,
right.
I could start feeding her right now. This is what I got to do. So just to think about dressing up in a nurse, a person, like, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Do you still love Miss Petway?
I mean, yes, I still have love for her. Yes.
When we come back, we're going to talk some more to Carlina White, who was kidnapped from a New York hospital as a baby in 1987, and talk about this whole reunion. And, you know, the story, of course, is fresh on the news, and then you have to deal with it, and the cameras go away, and they shut everything down, and then, no, I'm your mother, and I'm your father. And we want to talk about that and how that adjustment has been for you. Plus, the people that you knew that were supposed to be cousins and stuff, even here in the city, and how that relationship when we come back right here on V-103.